My wife chose a lover over our marriage, not knowing about my secret $1 million fortune, and now she's paying the price. Be me, successful businessman. Sitting in my office on a regular Tuesday afternoon, working on multi-million-dollar deal. Phone starts buzzing. Ignore it at first, too focused on work. 3 missed calls from unknown number. Whatever, probably some desperate sales guy. 4th call comes in. Fine, might as well answer it. Before I can say anything, angry voice starts yelling. You better tell Evelyn to stop playing games with me, man, or this is going to end badly. Freeze instantly. Evelyn? My Evelyn. My wife of 25 years. Who the hell is this? I demand. Can feel the heat rising in my chest. Silence on the other end. Guy realizes he fucked up. Wait, this isn't Blake? No, it's not. Who's Blake and why are you calling about my wife? Longer pause, more calculated this time. I think I've said enough. Click. Hangs up. My pulse is racing. But not how you'd expect. I'm not some emotional wreck ready to explode. Mind becomes razor sharp. This is what I do best. Reading between the lines. Something very wrong is happening, but I'm not about to lose my cool. 25 years of marriage. Not going to throw accusations based on one phone call. Going to handle this like I handle everything in business. Methodically. Grab my blanket. Tell my assistant I have an emergency. Drive straight home. House is quiet. Evelyn's not home yet. Perfect. Time to do some digging. Haven't snooped in years. This isn't paranoia though. This is strategy. Check her computer. Emails look clean. No suspicious contacts. No weird messages. But her calendar, that's where things get interesting. Every Thursday for the past 3 months. Blocked out for meetings. Errands. Doctor's appointments. Never questioned it before. She's always been organized. But now I see the pattern. Always Thursday. Always a 3-hour window. Adrenaline starts pumping. Keep my cool though. No jumping to conclusions. Grab my phone. Call Evelyn. Put on my best normal voice. Hey, what time are you getting home? She sounds casual. Too casual. Just finishing up with Madeline, then I'll be home in an hour or so. Why, everything okay? Madeline. Haven't heard that name in months? Used to be our neighbor. Evelyn would have lunch with her sometimes. Haven't seen her in forever? Something's definitely off. Play it cool. Yeah, just wondering if we're still on for dinner. Oh, sure, she says. That familiar warmth in her voice. Can't wait, see you soon. Hang up. Heart pounding. Every lie she tells. Like puzzle pieces falling into place. Check her location sharing app. Something we set up years ago for safety. Haven't used it in forever. Today it's my ace in the hole. She's not anywhere near Madeline. Not even close. She's across the city. In some random neighborhood. Smile to myself. Not because I'm happy, but because I'm onto something. And when I'm onto something, I don't let go. That night, dinner was unbearable. Evelyn walks in exactly an hour after our call, looking fresh and energized. Like she just spent the day at a spa. Kisses my cheek like nothing's wrong. Asks if I want takeout. Agree while keeping my face neutral. Want to see if she'll slip up. Show any sign that reveals the truth behind her perfect act. But no. She plays her role flawlessly. Watch her carefully during dinner. Light conversation flows like always. You'd never guess I tracked her to a sketchy part of town minutes earlier. The game is still on. Next morning, I make my move. Have this friend Fletcher? Private investigator. The kind who can find anything without making a sound. Helped him out of financial trouble years ago. He owes me. Call him up. Fletcher, need you to follow Evelyn for a while. Don't ask questions yet. Just need to know where she's going on Thursdays. He picks up on my tone immediately. I'll start next week. You'll know everything by Friday. Waiting feels endless. Throw myself into work. Meanwhile, Evelyn acts the same. Perfectly composed. Thursday comes around faster than expected. No Fletcher's watching her all day. Kiss her goodbye like always. Smile like nothing's wrong. Hours pass. Can't stop thinking about what Fletcher might find. Afternoon comes. Phone buzzes with a text. It's Fletcher. Meet me at the park near your house 6 p.m. We need to talk. Don't bother responding. No, it can't be good, but need to see whatever he's found. Tell office I have last-minute meeting. Drive straight to park. Fletcher's there? Leaning against his car, looking more serious than ever. Tell me, I say. Skip the small talk. Fletcher doesn't waste time. She's seeing someone. Followed her this morning. Didn't go anywhere near where she told you. Drove straight to a hotel on the other side of town. Met a guy in the parking lot. Got photos. Swallow hard. Was prepared for this, but hearing it out loud hits different. Fletcher hands me his phone. There they are, photos of Evelyn, smiling without a care in the world. Walking with some guy I've never seen. Looks younger than me. Taller, athletic, dressed casual. Holds the door for her. They disappear into the hotel together. Stand there staring at photos. Silence between me and Fletcher feels heavy. Everything I suspected, right there in front of me. Undeniable. Still not ready to blow up. Anger's there, simmering. But I'm not the type to explode. What do you want to do? Fletcher asks carefully. Pocket the phone. Images burned into my brain. Keep following her. Need more. If I confront her now, she'll just lie. Want to know everything? What he's doing. What she's thinking. How long this has been going on. Want to see where this leads? Fletcher nods. Face unreadable. I'll keep digging. You'll have full report by end of next week. Say goodbye. Drive home. Mind racing. Plan already forming. This won't be simple confrontation. No way. Evelyn crossed the line. But not going to tip my hand. Not until I know everything. She's been playing me for who knows how long. If she thinks she'll walk away unscathed, she's dead wrong. That night, Evelyn walks in. Like nothing's changed. Looks relaxed. Humming to herself while cooking dinner. Watch her move around kitchen. Every gesture feels rehearsed now. Every word like line from script. Makes me sick. How well she wears the mask. Wonder how many times she's come home after being with him. How many lies told straight to my face? Without even flinching. Long day? She asks. Sets plate in front of me. Smiling like perfect wife. Force smile back. Yeah, just the usual. Voice steady. But inside, I'm boiling. Next few days play same role. Cool, collected. Pretending don't know what she's up to. Truth is, every minute in same room with her. Quietly planning next move. Friday comes. Fletcher calls. Voice tense. I've got everything. You're going to want to see this. Don't waste time. Meet again. This time envelope he hands me is thick. Too thick. Here's what you asked for. It's not just some random fling. This has been going on for months. Maybe longer. Take the envelope. Feel the weight of it. Inside are photos, logs, notes from Fletcher. Evelyn hadn't just been sneaking off for hotel meetings. This was deeper. They had a routine, entire secret world behind my back. Dinner dates, trips outside the city. Weekends with friends spent with him instead. Final gut punch. There was no Blake, no Madeline. Evelyn invented these names. I swallowed them whole. But biggest revelation comes last. Fletcher hands me final piece of paper. Face dark. You might want to sit down for this part. Unfold paper. Read slowly. Heart dropping with each line. The man she's with? Not just some random guy. Someone connected to me. Former client I worked with years ago. Man who failed in business. Lost huge deal to me. Apparently found way to win something back. Pieces fall into place. Evelyn isn't just having an affair. This is personal. Not going to let it slide. Revenge. Oh, it's coming. Going to be spectacular. That night after meeting Fletcher. Barely sleep. Mind racing through possibilities. Every angle. Can't just confront her. Not yet. Evelyn played her game for months. Maybe years. Without breaking a sweat. If want to take her down. Can't make single misstep. Next morning, everything clicks. Been going about this wrong way. Thinking about affair as emotional betrayal. But this is calculated, deliberate move. Targeted even, not just lust or boredom. Drove her to him. Deeper motive. Evelyn isn't stupid. Neither am I. Have to be careful. If she smells blood and water, she'll get defensive. Lie her way out. Like always. No. Need her to think she's winning. Spend weekends studying Fletcher's report. Going over every detail. The man, let's call him Adrian. Been lurking in shadows of my life for years. Nursing grudge after failed deal. I'd forgotten about him. Moved on. Never gave another thought. But clearly he kept tabs on me. Somehow wormed way into Evelyn's life. Convinced her to play along. Whether started as real attraction or part of twisted vendetta. Don't care anymore? What matters is betrayal. Not just as husband, but as partner. Someone I trusted to have my back. Can't just walk away. No. Have something far more elaborate in mind. Monday morning, while Evelyn's at yoga class, nice cover for rendezvous. Make few calls. First to my lawyer. Need to get assets in order. But not way she might expect. See? What Evelyn doesn't know. Business exploded in value past 2 years. Worth close to $10 million now. Kept information close to chest. We lived comfortably, but hadn't flaunted real numbers. Always believed in protecting future. Turns out right to keep cards hidden. Lawyer and I have agreement in place by afternoon. Evelyn has no legal claim to business. Everything arranged before marriage. She can't touch it if she tried. But she doesn't even know how much there is to reach for. Intend to keep it that way? Next call Fletcher. Tell him keep following Adrian. Want to know everything. His job, finances, routines, what life looks like behind scenes. If this guy thinks he's clever, about to find out what real strategy looks like. Rest of week play role perfectly. Go to work, smile when get home. Let Evelyn go about business, like nothing changed. But in background, tightening screws, know where she goes, who she sees, how long stays with him. Know Adrian's every move, down to when stops for gas. What time walks his dog. By Friday, I'm ready. Evelyn has usual Thursday girls' night out planned. This time, don't just wait for her return. Have Fletcher keep closer eye on Adrian. Sure enough, 9 p.m. Evelyn's car pulls up to same hotel. Always the same. Park out of sight. Slip inside. Spend few hours with him. Come home all smiles. But tonight, not just coming home to oblivious husband. Tonight, beginning of end. Wait until midnight. Until she's back in bed. Pretending nothing happened. Before make first move. Next morning, Evelyn wakes up to phone buzzing incessantly. Already up. Sipping coffee in kitchen. Waiting for her to check messages. Watch her face carefully. Messages from Adrian. But not kind she's used to. Evelyn, we have a problem. Call me ASAP. You need to talk to your husband. He's onto something. Things are getting complicated. Her eyes widen. Can see panic begin to set in. Sits up quickly. Throws covers off. Staring at phone. Like it just exploded in hands. She thinks has everything under control. But grip on perfect little double life. Slipping fast. Walk into bedroom. Holding coffee. Lean against doorframe. Can see wheels turning in her head. Mind scrambling to figure out how to fix this. She looks up. Forces smile. One of those fake tight-lipped ones. Screaming, I'm hiding something. Morning, she says. Voice too cheerful. What's the plan for today? Raise eyebrow. Pretend not to notice phone clutched tightly in hand. Thought we'd do something different today. Take a drive. Maybe stop by some old spots. Haven't visited in a while. Smile. Take sip of coffee. What do you think? Evelyn's eyes flicker with confusion, but nods quickly. Still glancing at phone, like Adrian's messages would vanish. If looked away long enough. Sure, sounds good. Let me just freshen up. Practically bolts to bathroom. Phone glued to palm. Probably trying to figure out how to respond to Adrian. Without tipping me off. Little does she know. Already tipped him off. Night before. Had little chat with Adrian myself. Nothing aggressive. Nothing out of line. Just enough to make him realize. I knew enough to make him nervous. To send him spiraling. It worked. Evelyn emerges from bathroom 10 minutes later. Looking more composed. But can see cracks starting to show. She thinks still in control. That can fix whatever going wrong. Has no idea how deep already in. As we drive out of town, casually mentioned been thinking about our future. Our financial future. Evelyn immediately perks up. Attention shifting from phone to me. Can see interest peaking. Doesn't know about $10 million? But moments start talking money. She's hooked. What do you mean? She asks. Trying sound innocent. Been thinking. Keep tone light. We've worked hard for years. Might be time start planning what comes next. Retirement, traveling, maybe some new investments. Evelyn smiles, but something calculating in her eyes. She doesn't know how much I have, but soon going to think she knows. That's when real fun begins. Evelyn always good at hiding intentions. But when comes to money, can't mask excitement. See her eyes light up. Way haven't seen in years. Know she's hooked. Keep talking, feeding just enough information. Reel her in. Tell her business doing pretty well. Been making smart investments. Lot of potential for growth. She plays part perfectly, feigning mild curiosity, while trying not show how desperate to know real numbers. I'm glad to hear things are going well. Her voice sweet, but eyes betraying her. I've been thinking about our future too. We've been working so hard. Would be nice to enjoy fruits of it. Don't you think? Have to hold back laugh. She has no idea. Exactly. Nod. Think we're at point where can really start thinking what's next. In fact, been looking into few properties. Out of state. Something little more remote. Maybe even vacation home. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Her reaction immediate. Vacation home? Tries sound casual. Fails hide interest. That sounds amazing. Where were you thinking? Somewhere peaceful. Glance at her. See how far can push it. Maybe in mountains. Quiet place where could just get away. No distractions. No one to bother us. Her smile falters for split second, but quickly recovers. Can almost see her calculating implications. Wondering if dropping hints about affair, but plays along. Like seasoned actress she is, that sounds perfect. Voice little too bright. You know after all these years. We deserve something like that. I've always wanted place to escape to. Escape. She has no idea how fitting that word is. Entire time, keep thinking about Adrian. How probably freaking out after my subtle messages. Scrambling figure out what I know. What Evelyn hadn't told him. Want him nervous? Want him slip up? just like she would. Soon enough, they'd both be way over their heads. Later that night, while Evelyn's in shower, more likely texting Adrian under guise of self-care routine. Sit down, put final piece of plan in motion. First, contact lawyer again, making sure all assets safely locked away, completely untouchable. No matter what Evelyn tries to do, money hidden, business ironclad, she's not getting single penny. But want her think there's fortune, just waiting for her greedy hands. Have to make bait irresistible. Call Fletcher next. Need you start keeping eye on Evelyn's accounts. Specifically any big transactions. If she's planning to make move, she'll start moving money around soon. When she does, wanna know. Fletcher agrees. Shouldn't take long if she's planning something. Hang up, feeling grim satisfaction settle in chest. Wheels turning. Evelyn has no clue walking straight into trap. Idea of her plotting with Adrian behind my back. Thinking going to walk away with half my life. Makes irony even sweeter. Next few days, watch Evelyn more closely than ever. She's careful. Texting only when thinks I'm not looking. Keeping phone face down on counter. Leaving room to take calls. Smile at me across table. Same fake warmth in eyes. Smile back. Playing part as oblivious, loving husband. Then comes Thursday. Evelyn slips out of house like usual. Wearing one of her girls' night out outfits. Little too fancy for just dinner with friends. Don't say anything. Just kiss her goodbye. Tell her have fun. Wait for her to leave. Moment door closes. Grab keys. Follow her. This time don't need Fletcher's help. Want to see it myself? Trail her from distance. Watching as drives across town. Completely unaware I'm right behind. Heart pounding but not from anger. Not yet. This is strategy. Every step of way, I'm in control. She pulls into same hotel as always. Her routine never changing. Almost insulting how little bothers to cover tracks. Thinking I'm too clueless to catch on. Park block away. Close enough to see, far enough not to be noticed. Sure enough, Adrian shows up minutes later. Walks into hotel. Same smug confidence. Imagined he had when stole my business deal years ago. But tonight, he's not one in control. Wait what feels like hours. Probably closer to 30 minutes. Then just as expected, Evelyn comes back out alone. Don't follow her this time. Know where she's headed. But Adrian, he's not going anywhere yet. Pull car around front of hotel. Park. Walk inside. Receptionist glances up. Ignore her. Already know where he is. Thanks to Fletcher's careful work. Room 312. Take elevator up. Heart pounding. But not nervous. This isn't rage or impulse driving me. Pure cold calculation. Doctor to room 312 stands in front. Like invitation. Raise hand. Knock once, twice, then wait. Doctor opens crack. Adrian stands there. Confusion flashing across face. Doesn't recognize me immediately? Then it hits him. Color drains from face. Evening, Adrian? Say calmly. Voice steady. We need to talk? Adrian stands there frozen in doorway. Eyes wide like deer caught in headlights. First time we've come face to face. Since all this began, can see panic slowly settling in. As realizes who I am. Swallows hard. Gripping door handle tighter. Can I help you? Voice wavers. Not as confident as man. Who been sneaking around behind my back for months. Smile but doesn't reach eyes. Help me? Not quite. But think it's time you and I had conversation. Don't you? Adrian hesitates. Eyes flickering down hallway. Like planning to make run for it. But knows better. Nowhere to go. Look, I don't want any trouble. If this is about... Oh, this is absolutely about Evelyn. Cut him off. Step forward. He has no choice. Let me in or make scene. Steps back. Opens door wider. Clearly unsure what's about to happen. Room small. Smells like cheap cologne. Stale air conditioning. Bed still unmade. Evelyn's purse sitting casually on nightstand. Makes stomach turn. But push it down. This isn't time to get emotional. This is business. Adrian closes door behind me. Awkwardly shuffling feet. Look, man, I didn't know. I didn't plan for this to happen. It just did. Raise eyebrow at him. Didn't plan for it? That's interesting. Considering you've been meeting my wife in secret for months. That seems pretty planned to me. Adrian? Or am I missing something? He opens mouth to respond. But nothing comes out. Knows he's screwed. Now, scrambling for exit. That doesn't exist. Can see him calculating next move. Same way probably did when tried to steal deal from me years ago. But this time, he's not one in control. Sit down in cheap hotel chair. Make myself comfortable. While he stands there, awkward and restless. Here's the thing, Adrian. Keep tone calm but firm. You made mistake. Big one. And now you've got problem. Because I know everything. Flinches at word everything. Eyes darting to door again. Like trying figure out how far, have to run to escape, but not done yet, not even close. You thought this was just about a fair, didn't you? That you could sweep in, get Evelyn on your side, walk away with spoils. What was your plan? Convince her leave me, then help her claim half what I've built. Were you hoping to get nice payout from my fortune? Adrian blinks, clearly caught off guard. That I know so much, stammers. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't about that. Evelyn said you guys were done. She said you didn't care anymore. Chuckled darkly, shake head. Evelyn said a lot of things, didn't she? But let me fill you in on something important. You see, Evelyn has no idea how much I'm actually worth. You thought you were playing me, but truth is, I've been watching both of you. And here's kicker. She's not getting dime. Adrian's face turns pale. Can see gears turning in head. Trying piece together. How everything gone so wrong? So quickly. Lean in slightly. Voice low but sharp. You tried to outsmart me. But you didn't even have full picture. Evelyn's not entitled to my business. It's ironclad. Locked down. She can try take whatever she wants. But million she's dreaming of. She'll never see it. And neither will you. Adrian swallows hard. Confidence evaporating by second. Look, man, Evelyn didn't tell me anything about money. I didn't even know. Cut him off again. Stand up. Make sure tower over him. I don't care what she told you. What matters now is how this ends. You thought could slip into my life. Take what wasn't yours. Walk away clean. But here's thing. You're not walking away from this? Adrian's eyes widen. Takes step back. Bumps into nightstand behind him. What do you want? Voice small now. No trace of arrogance. Probably had when first met Evelyn. Let silence hang in air for a moment. Before speak again. Voice cold and calculated. What I want is for you to disappear. Walk away. Leave Evelyn in mess she's made. Don't look back. You've already lost. Best thing can do for yourself is cut losses. Get out before things get worse. Adrian's mouth opens and closes. Trying to find words. Can't string sentence together. Looks like man who just heard life is over. Which in many ways it is. Here's what's going to happen. Step even closer. You're going to end whatever this is with Evelyn. No more meetings. No more secret texts. Nothing? You're going to tell her it's over. You're going to disappear from both our lives. If I see you again, if you even think about coming near her or me, I will ruin you. Financially, professionally, personally, you've already lost once. Don't make me do it again. Adrian stares at me, face mixture of fear and disbelief. Nods slowly, like body responding before brain catches up. Okay, mutters. I'll end it. I'll walk away, smile. But isn't kind smile good? Because if you don't, trust me when I say, next time we meet, won't just be conversation. With that, turn and walk out, leave Adrian standing there, in stunned silence. Dr. clicks shut behind me. Feels surge of satisfaction rise in chest. He's done, shaken to core, fully aware of position he put himself in. But Evelyn, she's next. Wasn't finished yet. Adrian only beginning. Get back in car. Sit there moment. Thinking about how proceed with Evelyn. Have all evidence needed. But wait for perfect moment. Not in some cheap hotel. Not in middle of emotional breakdown. No. Want her feel full weight of her decisions. When that moment comes, I'd be ready. This was calm before storm. Final quiet before everything in her life. Comes crashing down. Next few days, feel like walking through minefield. But I'm in control. Move carefully. Watching Evelyn closely, waiting for her make next move. Know she'll be rattled after Adrian tells her it's over. Eager see how she'll react. Beauty is, she doesn't know I orchestrated whole thing. Thinks walls closing in, for some other reason. By Wednesday, her behavior starts to shift. She's jumpy, more cautious. When thinks I'm not looking, glances at phone. But no longer those long, secretive texting sessions. Isn't slipping out of room to make hushed phone calls like before. Something definitely changed. But she isn't ready to crack. Not yet. That evening at dinner table, notice she's unusually quiet, eyes distant, usual small talk missing. She's thinking, no, scheming, trying figure out how salvage whatever mess she got herself into. Everything okay? Keep tone light. Fork hovering over plate. Want to see how far she'll go? To keep up act? She looks up startled. Like interrupted deep internal monologue. Yeah, just a lot on my mind lately. Forces smile, barely reaches eyes. Work's been stressful. Work? That's rich. Hasn't mentioned work being stressful in months, maybe even years. But let it slide. Nod. Pretend to care while she fiddles with food, clearly too distracted to eat. Later that night, sit on couch, casually flipping through channels, waiting for her make move. She wanders around house, restless, like trying to decide whether come clean or hold on to lie a little longer. Finally sits next to me, air between us thick with tension. I've been thinking, starts, voice softer than usual. About us. About the future? Here it is. The setup. Don't respond right away. Let her sit in silence moment longer, before turn to her, pretending be curious. What do you mean? She hesitates, can almost see gears turning, as carefully chooses words. I feel like we've been growing apart lately. You've been so focused on work, and I've been, well, trying figure things out. Trying figure things out. That's one way put it. Can feel anger bubbling up inside, but keep expression neutral, letting her dig herself deeper. I don't know. Maybe we've just been so busy, so distracted by everything else, that we haven't really focused on us, continues, wringing hands together, like trying to convince herself, as much as me. I was thinking maybe we should take break. To clear our heads? Figure out what we really want. Audacity of it almost makes me laugh. She's trying to turn whole thing on me. Like her affair isn't root of this. Like we need break because I've been distracted by work. Not because she's been sneaking around behind my back, but not going to bite. Not yet. A break? Raise eyebrow, playing along. What kind of break you thinking about? Her face softens, relieved I haven't pushed back. Must think I'm buying into her story. Just some time apart. You could focus on work. And I could, figure things out for myself. I think it might help us both get some clarity. Lean back, pretending considerate. So, separation? She flinches at word, like hadn't meant go that far. No, not separation. Just some time to clear our heads. That's all. I think it could be good for us. Nod slowly, mind already racing. With how used this against her, she thinks can control narrative. But playing right into my hands. Maybe you're right. Say thoughtfully, some time apart might be good. I've been working lot, and if you need space, I don't want to stand in your way. Her eyes widen slightly, probably not expecting me agree so easily, but masks surprise with weak smile. Yeah, I think it'll give us both some perspective. Stand up, walk to window, stare out at darkened street. Let silence hang few seconds longer, building tension. Begin. Turning back to her. There's something I've been meaning to tell you too. Evelyn's eyes snap to mine, body tensing. She wasn't ready for this. Walk back to couch slowly, deliberately, keeping tone calm. You remember how we talked about our financial future a few weeks ago? Well, I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been thinking about how much I've worked for and how important it is to protect what's mine. Just in case something unexpected happens. Her face pales slightly, hands clenching in lap. She has no idea where this is going, but can feel it. Something's coming. Lean in, voice low but steady. You see, Evelyn, I've been very careful with our finances. Everything we have is protected. The business, the assets, everything. And I made sure that nothing can touch it. Not even if you decided to leave. Watch her face as realization starts to dawn. Tries keep composure, but can see panic rising behind her eyes. What are you saying? Asks, voice shaky. I'm saying that no matter what happens, Evelyn, you're not getting anything. The house, me. The business, me. All money you thought you'd walk away with. Smile. But it's cold. It's mine. You've been playing dangerous game. And you've already lost? Her mouth opens, then closes again. Like can't find words. For first time. See mask crack. Perfect composed Evelyn gone. In her place, woman scrambling understand. How everything fallen apart so quickly? You knew? Whispers, voice barely audible. Oh, I knew. Say, standing up again, towering over her. I've known for weeks. The late nights, the secret texts, the hotel visits. I know all of it. And so does Adrian. At mention of his name, her face twists in shock. Adrian? Nod slowly. Yeah, I paid him visit. He's done, Evelyn. He walked away, just like you're about to. Tears well up in her eyes. For a moment, thought she might actually try apologize. Try claw her way back. But then, In split second, her expression shifts, hardening into something hadn't seen before. She isn't going to beg, isn't going to grovel. No. She's going to fight back. You think you can just do this to me? Hisses, standing up, glaring with venom in voice. You think you can just throw me out? After everything we've been through? After all years I've put into this marriage? Laugh bitterly. What marriage? The one you've been lying your way through for months? Don't act like victim, Evelyn. You made your choice. She takes step closer, eyes burning with rage. I'll get a lawyer. I'll take you for everything you've got. You can't just cut me out like this. I'll ruin you. You've already lost. Lawyers won't save you. Everything is locked down. You won't even see fraction of what you think you deserve. You ruined yourself moment you decided to betray me. Silence that follows is deafening. For a moment, just stand there, staring at each other. Two people who once built life together, now on verge of tearing it apart. Finally, she speaks, voice quiet but filled with malice. You'll regret this. Shake head, voice calm and firm. No, Evelyn. You will. Next morning, Evelyn is gone. Packed small bag, left note on counter. Short to point. No apologies, just pure venom. You're going to regret this. This isn't over. Smile to myself. Fight exactly what expected. Evelyn isn't kind to slink away quietly. She's strategist just like me. But she doesn't realize I've already dismantled her entire plan while she's still trying to figure out where pieces went. Take note. Crumple in fist. Toss into trash. Let her try. She can go ahead and threaten all she wants. She doesn't understand. Game already over. She'd lost, but knowing her, she'd keep fighting until bitter end. Convinced still way to win. Over next few days, things move quickly. My lawyer finalizes paperwork, ensuring everything I built remains locked down tight. Evelyn could hire best attorney in state, but wouldn't matter. No loopholes, no weak points for her to exploit. She could try take me for everything, but all she'd find was locked safe, with no combination. Meanwhile, Fletcher keeps eye on Evelyn. She isn't hiding, in fact makes it easy. Moves in with friend Madeline. One of her longtime socialite buddies seems more than happy. Give her place to stay. While figures things out, Fletcher confirms Madeline's place, where Evelyn holed up, probably regrouping, try and come up with next move. What she doesn't realize, I already have my next move planned, day after she left. Take drive across town. Quiet drive. Kind you take when thinking about everything. But the road. Arrive at lawyer's office. Little before noon. Hadn't needed come in person. But something satisfying about being there. About watching last few details come together in real time. Step into conference room. My lawyer Thorne greets me. Firm handshake. Everything's in place. Says, expression professional, but hint of satisfaction. He'd been with me from beginning. Back when business was just fledgling idea. Now seeing final chapter of Evelyn's influence unfold. Good. Reply. Sitting down across from him. Let's make it airtight. Thorne pushes stack of papers across table. Already done. Business is fully secured. She can contest it, but it won't go anywhere. As for house, if she wants fight for it, she'll have hell of time. Equity is in your name. Since you've already moved most liquid assets out of joint accounts, there's nothing left for her take. Glance at paperwork. Skim through key points. Everything exactly as should be. Evelyn has no claim. She could scream. Cry. Try rally army of lawyers. But in end, she'd walk away with nothing but few personal items and bitter taste of defeat. She's going to go ballistic. Say, leaning back in chair. Thorne nods, small smirk playing at corner of mouth. Let her. More noise she makes, more she exposes herself. Legally speaking, she doesn't have legs stand on. It was done. Final nail in coffin of what was once our life together. No turning back now. When get home that evening, house feels different. Not empty exactly, but quiet. In a way that's unsettling, Evelyn's presence, her energy, all been stripped away. Sit in living room, staring at walls, letting silence wrap around me like blanket. Part of me feels relief, freedom even, but another part feels something darker, something more complex. This wasn't how I'd ever imagined. Life would turn out, after 27 years of marriage, wasn't just losing wife, losing partner, co-conspirator. Someone who had once been in step with me. Now that person become my enemy, but couldn't dwell on that. This was life I'd chosen now. Evelyn made her choices. I'd made mine. Time to move on. Next morning, things start unravel for her, faster than expected. Begins with phone call, sipping morning coffee, When phone buzzes, it's Fletcher, voice urgent but not panicked. Been keeping tabs on Evelyn like you asked? And something interesting just came up. You're not going to believe this. Go on. Say, already intrigued. She's been trying reach Adrian, but he's not responding. In fact, he seems have vanished. Did some digging. Turns out Adrian's been in more financial trouble than we realized. He skipped town, probably ran out of cash, maybe hiding from creditors? Either way, he's left Evelyn high and dry. Can't help but laugh. Poetic justice too perfect. Evelyn's supposed knight in shining armor. Bolted moment things got difficult. She thought had escape route, backup plan. But instead, stranded all alone. Serves her right. Say, setting down coffee. Let her see what feels like to be abandoned. But Fletcher isn't done. There's more! Don't know how? But Madeline, Evelyn's friend, is in on it too. She's been pushing Evelyn file for divorce, but seems like they were both banking on Adrian helping them out financially. With him gone, their plan falling apart. They're scrambling. Lean back in chair, slow grin spreading across face. This better than could have imagined. Evelyn losing control. People she thought would support her, turning out be just as unreliable as she was. Hang up phone, sit there moment, letting it all sink in. Satisfaction of watching her life crumble is real, but so is finality of it. Evelyn chosen this path. Now she paying price. I'd taken everything she thought could count on. In return, left with nothing but wreckage of her own decisions. 2 days later, get call been waiting for. It's Evelyn. Can we talk? Asks, voice strained, barely holding it together. Don't reply right away. Let silence stretch between us, letting her feel weight of what she asking, then finally speak. Sure. Say, voice calm, steady, but not sure there's much left to say. Agree to meet at house. She doesn't have many options left. She knows it. When she arrives, already waiting in living room, glass of whiskey in hand, she walks in, looking tired, worn down, nothing like confident, manipulative woman. Confronted weeks ago, now she desperate. She sits down across from me, eyes searching mine, for something, anything, that would give her advantage, but nothing left for her to find. I've made mistakes. Starts, voice trembling. I know that, but you can't just leave me with nothing. After everything we've been through? Everything we've been through? Repeat, leaning forward, voice sharp. Evelyn, moment you decided to betray me, you lost any claim to life we built together. I've protected what's mine. You're not getting a single piece of it. Her face twists with frustration. I loved you, says, voice breaking, but you shut me out. You made me feel invisible. Shake head, staring her down. Don't blame me for your choices. You could have talked to me. You could have fought for us. But instead you lied. You cheated. Did it for months without second thought? You don't get play victim now. Tears well up in her eyes, but not moved. Tears aren't for me. They're for herself. For life, she thought. Could still salvage. What do you want from me? Whispers, voice small, defeated. Stand up! Towering over her. I don't want anything from you, Evelyn. I've already got what I want. You're out of my life, and I'm keeping everything I've worked for. You've lost. She looks up at me, face mixture of anger and sorrow, but knows it's over. Nothing left for her here. No more cards to play. No more lies to spin. She stands up, wiping eyes, without another word, walks out of house, for last time. Watch her go, feeling nothing but cold satisfaction. Woman who once been my wife, now stranger, leaving behind nothing but wreckage of her own choices. And just like that, she was gone. Doctor closed behind her, with soft click, just like that. 27 years of marriage ended in silence. House once filled with her presence feels bigger now, emptier. But in good way, no more pretending. No more lies hanging in air. I was free. So was she. Though had feeling, her version of freedom would feel more like cage once reality fully set in. For a moment, just stand there, staring at Doctor. Weight of everything we'd been through past few months settles in. But instead of sadness, feel something else entirely. Relief. Storm had passed. I had survived. More than that, I had won. Evelyn, who walked out that door, wasn't same woman I had once built life with, and that was fine by me, but wasn't quite done yet. Still one more card to play. One final move would ensure Evelyn never forgot. Price of her betrayal. Following morning, make last visit to lawyer's office. This time wasn't finalizing assets or securing financial future. This was personal. When arrive, Thorne greets me. Usual cool professionalism. though could tell curious. Why called this last-minute meeting? We sit in his office, sun streaming through large windows. Explain final part of plan. I want to give her something, say, leaning back in chair. Not money. Nothing she can use to crawl out of mess she's made. I want to give her lesson. Thorn raises eyebrow. A lesson? Nod, smiling faintly. Exactly. She's still convinced. Can manipulate way out of this. Somehow can recover. Come out on top. I want to make sure she understands fully just how deep she sunk. Thorn listens carefully as outline details. When done, gives low whistle. Clearly impressed. Have to hand it to you. That's thorough. Cold but thorough. That's point. Reply, standing up. It's not about being kind. About making sure she understands consequences of her choices. Next few days go by quietly. Go back to work. Focus on future. Wait for final part of plan to unfold. No intention dragging things out. No long-winded battle in court. No drawn-out negotiations. Evelyn would receive her gift soon enough. Once she did, that would be end of it. Day comes sooner than expected. Get text from Thorn. Just before noon on Friday. Simple to point. Delivered? Smile. Knowing in few hours, Evelyn's world would shift. Way she hadn't anticipated. Precisely 3 p.m. Courier arrives at Madeline's house, where Evelyn been staying. She probably expecting some legal documents, maybe even settlement offer. Anything indicates she still had control. But instead, opens package, finds something far worse. Inside box? Single piece of paper. Along with flash drive. Paper is letter from me. Simple. Direct. Evelyn, you lost. This is your reality now. Watch the video. You'll understand everything soon. Imagine her confusion as stares at flash drive, trying to figure out what kind of game playing. But curiosity would get better of her. Knew it would. She would plug into laptop, open video. There on screen, she would find footage. Footage of her and Adrian. Every meeting, every hotel rendezvous, every intimate moment they thought was hidden. Captured by security cameras Fletcher had installed. Without their knowledge, no sound, no commentary. Just raw, undeniable evidence of her infidelity. Laid bare. But that wasn't worst part. At end of video, there was timestamp and location, Adrian's new address, one he hadn't told her about. I had tracked him down after he skipped town, found out where he was hiding, made sure she knew exactly where to find him, along with address. Simple message. You're not only one he's been lying to. Evelyn thought been betrayed by just me. Thought Adrian was her way out. Her safety net, but reality much darker. Adrian been playing her, just like played me, all those years ago. He wasn't just broke, was running game on her, stringing her along, with empty promises, while lined up other women, in other cities, preparing cut her off. Moment things got too complicated. That was final blow, one that would destroy whatever hope she had left. Didn't need see her reaction. To know how it played out, could imagine it. Shock, anger, betrayal, hitting her all at once, as realized been outplayed. At every turn, she had gambled everything, and lost. Adrian was gone. Her old life was gone. Now all she had left, cold hard truth, staring her in face. By time sun set that evening, Evelyn would be standing alone, in ruins of life she thought could rebuild. Had walked away from everything. Now no one left. Help her pick up pieces. Next morning, wake up to quiet house. Peaceful. Still, for first time in months. Feel sense of calm wash over me. Pour myself, cup of coffee, walk out to patio. Sit down in early morning light. Weight of everything happened. Still there, but lighter now. Easier to bear. Evelyn out of my life. Chapter been dragging me down. Finally closed. Learned something from all this. Not just about Evelyn, or Adrian, or betrayal, but about myself. About what willing to fight for. What willing to let go of. Not angry anymore. Not even bitter. In end realized, real victory wasn't in revenge. Wasn't in watching Evelyn's world fall apart. Though there was satisfaction in that. Real victory was in walking away. Knowing I had survived. Knowing I had won. But more importantly, knowing I was finally free. And that in end was all I ever really needed. Game was over and I had won.